This is the Earth. These are the continents, these are the oceans, and here's you. But where is here? And if you were to travel over there, we would wonder where is there? Well, everywhere on the Earth has a sort of address. We call them coordinates. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to find the coordinates of any place on Earth. In order to find an address or coordinates on Earth, you need to know that there are lines of latitude, or parallels. They are imaginary lines that go across the Earth. And I remember this because they're like the rungs on a ladder. Latitude, ladder. There are also lines of longitude. Those run from north to south. To understand latitude, you need to know that the center of the Earth is 0 degrees. At 0 degrees, there's an imaginary line running around called the equator. And at the North Pole, that's considered 90 degrees north. And at the South Pole, that's considered 90 degrees south. If you were to draw a line stemming from the center of the Earth out to 25.5 degrees north, you'd have the Tropic of Cancer. And that's a famous line of latitude. And if you were to draw another line at 23.5 degrees south, you'd find the Tropic of Capricorn, another famous line of latitude. Two other famous lines of latitude are at 66.5 degrees north, the Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degrees south, the Antarctic Circle. Each line of latitude, also known as a parallel, is 111 kilometers apart, or 1 degree. Each degree is further divided into 60 minutes, and this is denoted with an apostrophe. Now remember that minutes is not a time in this situation. It's a length, it's a distance. And each minute is even further divided into seconds. And remember that seconds is not time, it's a length, and is denoted by quotation marks. So if we were to find the latitude of the equator, it's at 0 degrees, 0 minutes, and 0 seconds. Longitude, or lines of longitude, are also known as meridian lines. They start at the North Pole, and they go to the South Pole. So here's the Earth again. And this line that runs down from the North Pole to the South Pole through Greenwich, England, is called the prime meridian, and it's considered to be 0 degrees. If we were to look at the Earth from the top, or down at the North Pole, you would see that Greenwich, England is exactly opposite 180 degrees. And if you were to draw a line coming from the North Pole outwards at 30 degrees, 60 degrees, 90, 120, and 150, you'd have the meridian lines. And that's the west side of the world. And the same would be true on the east. A very famous line of longitude is the international date line. If it's 12 a.m. at Greenwich, England, then it's going to be 12 p.m. 180 degrees from there. And if you were to ride a plane over the international date line, you can actually lose a day. But if you were to continue riding and you cross it again, you'd actually gain your day again, so that you wouldn't just keep riding back around the world, losing days and going back in time. So let's find the latitude and longitude of Windham, New Hampshire. Here's Windham. And you can see that the closest line of latitude is 43 degrees north, and it's just above us. And even further above that, it's 43.5. So that makes me believe that it's about 43.5 degrees below that. So I'd put Windham at 42.5 degrees north. And if you look at the top here, I've put the lines of latitude, just kidding, the lines of longitude, at 72 degrees west and 72 degrees and a half west and 71 west. This is what it said on the map, but it got cut off. And so you can see here that we're just between 71 degrees west and 72.5 degrees west. So I would say that we're at about 71.5 degrees west. Our latitude and longitude of Wyndham is 42.5 degrees north and 71.5 degrees west. I wouldn't try and become any more precise with this map because it just doesn't allow it. But if you had an even more accurate map, we could be more precise. One last thing I wanted to show you is this Mercator projection. Mercator projections are not accurate to size. If you look at the size of Greenland and the size of South America, it looks like Greenland is larger than South America. But this isn't true at all. You should check this out on a globe. Greenland is a lot smaller than South America. But what happens on a globe is that a globe is circle, and so it comes together at the top. But on this projection, it's a square at the top, and so everything at the top becomes stretched out. You can see that these lines of latitude become stretched out as you go further up. But it's still a great way to present the Earth. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed.